91,420 acres. It's Italy's biggest lake in the province of Verona. One man, one 6-foot stalking rod, and a mission to catch an Italian carp. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this short movie. Well viewers, I haven't actually introduced this video properly. I am on my summer holidays here with my wife and we are working our way through a few places in Italy. Started off in Venice, we're now at Lake Garda, and then we're heading on to Verona and Milan before we go home. So while we're at the lake here, it would be stupid not to wear a line. And as you can see from the video, hopefully, I have with me a rucksack with a 6-foot Nash rod, a modified landing net that I cut down that actually fits in the suitcase, and an unhooking mat and a few bits of end tackle. Now, this is my second morning down fishing. I've done a few hours during the day as well. One day, fish are probably about a foot below the surface, but even landing a bit of bread on the water freaks them out, so that hasn't worked too well. So what has actually worked is two things. I've baited a spot with maize and chickpea, which I've bought in the local spar. I've had them bubble over that. I've had about 5 knocks yesterday morning sitting over that bed of bait, and also another thing that I've done is tied up a 7-foot zig rig. When I say a zig rig, I didn't bring anything with me properly for zigging, so it's a pop-up on just a bit of mainline. And yesterday I got a full-on run on that. I actually seen the fish take it, and unfortunately it evaded the hook. So zigs are maybe the way forward. If it's bright enough here, by the time I get down and there's fish along the harbour wall, I'm going to start off with the zig again. I have very limited choice in colour for the zig. I have yellow pop-ups with me, and I also have bits of cork just that have been in my tackle box. 4mm and 6mm and 8mm cork, so I can sort of chop and change between 3 sizes of cork and see if any of that makes much of a difference. But we'll give it a go, and hopefully before the end of the trip we will get one of these elusive carp. Hopefully you can see me okay there. The camera's sort of playing up a bit, but I've been baiting a spot here in the marina, just to the right and left of this boat. It's very simple tactics. I have a 6-foot Nash stalking rod, small Shimano 4000 series bait runner, unhooking mat, and a net that I've modified. It's a 42-inch landing net, but I've cut it a bit shorter so as it would fit into my case. Getting a few bubbles here. Been baiting the spot for 2 days now. Also, in the main area of the lake, down at the wall here, there has been carp every morning. So it's basically, if I had 2 rods, I'd be fishing a zig over the wall and a bait rod in here. So here we are, viewers. Lake Garda, biggest place I've ever fished. Second morning. Horizon baits, pineapple specials doing the job. And there he is, what looks to be a wee croaking angry male. Quite fat in the belly, probably about 9-10 pound maybe. But cracking little fish to start off the Lake Garda session. Happy days, let's get him back. Right then folks, as you can see we're out for morning 3 here. I was out yesterday morning, I didn't do any videoing. I lost one unfortunately. It felt like a far better fish. I just couldn't get any control on it with that 6-foot rod, and it just kept running and running and running, and bang, off it got. So a bit bittersweet. I think this morning's plan, if nobody's about, is prime 3 spots. Once I get any sort of action from one, if I get any action from one, I have 2 others to move to, because once you catch something in close quarters here, or hook something in close quarters, the spot's game over for a long time. So we'll see how we go, but it's a beautiful Wednesday Lake Garda morning. Wee bit of a breeze, and still the sun's not come up over the marina here, so it's looking good. Usually in this spot it's been 7 or after 7 the first bites come out. I think that's when the fish are moving between the wall and the marina, but we'll see what happens. I'll keep you posted, and hopefully we get something. Right then folks, what have we got going on? Well, very simply, a tin of corn, my old faithful 12mm Horizon pop-ups, and those are on the old multi-rig there, on a bait screw. Now, that is a size 8 hook with the have and hold stuff for this bit of the water that I'm using on the other side. I've actually brought that up to a size 2 hook on a multi-rig. It's just because the fish have massive mouths, and holding them at any pressure, I want the big hook to be sunk in. Now, here is the rod. As you can see, I've got a boat to left and right to me. I'm fishing directly in the middle there. I have my drag on the bait runner tightened all the way up that it's just enough for the fish to take a bit of line, and then as soon as I hit the rod in a millisecond, I am literally playing the fish on practically a locked up drag. It's been safe. I have not had any issues with the fish. I've had a couple of hook pulls after playing the fish for a minute or two, but other than that, it's been very safe. I had spent the start of my week fishing over here, a lot of fish boshing out, but the difference between here and where I'm fishing down there is a massive silt bed, and the fish are comfortable feeding on it. They have spent most of the week between these boats up on the surface, So a bit of bait introduced every day has got them down feeding on the spots. Well, here we are folks, £19 4 ounces of Italian common carp. Happy days, PB for me. I've reached my last morning here at Garda. We're just about to head to Verona for a couple of days before heading back to Belfast. So it's been a good trip. I have hooked 4 carp, landed 2, fishing quite a snaggy spot so that you know you're hitting hold. So there have been a few hiccups with hook pulls and stuff, just with a 6-foot rod, 3-pound test curve, and holding a fish at close quarters. It can be quite hairy to have evaded the hook. But we're here this morning at 6 o'clock to get a few hours before I go and pack up and get the bus to Verona for a couple of days. So in with a chance. Very simple. Again, handful of sweet corn over Horizon Baits pineapple pop-up, yellow for yellow, like for like. So we'll see how that goes. But it's a beautiful Saturday morning here. There's a lot of guys out spinning. There was last weekend as well. They're hitting up the trout and stuff, and they're casting absolutely everywhere. So that will spook the fish. But they'll head off probably around about 7 a.m. So chances get a bit better then. But if I get something, I'll keep you posted. Happy days. About 45 minutes of my time here left at Lake Garda before we head to Verona for the last couple of days of the holiday. Very annoying this morning. They have been bubbling about 9-10 foot out in front of where my rig is. Can't put it anywhere else because of where the boats are tied off. Need to fish safe, you know. We're not fishing just for bites without taking fish care into consideration. I am literally sticking to my guns here. I am fishing locked up and I am on the rods in a millisecond, and up until about 10 minutes ago they were feeding like crazy, but it sort of died a death here. But again, yesterday when I lost a fish, it wasn't till after 9 o'clock that I started to get indications and then the run. So maybe as it gets closer to the time I'm going, in the last few seconds, I might get a run. If not, I'll sign off before going. No one I'm not a frigger understands this.
Oh, you'll be proud of that one, eh?
Yeah, well that's, I've actually, from the time I've been here, I've had 3.
What type of fish is that?
That's a common carp.
Carp?
Yeah, common carp, yeah. Oh, it's alright, I've already got it. As I say,
You put it back in.
yeah, everything back.
We dance.